Hey, good afternoon. Hey, I timed that perfectly that time. I worked a long time to try to do that. It worked. Fabulous. The fingers were in the right places. This is good. Kathy Beatty here with Divorce Support Anonymous. Welcome, day 17 of How to Have a Breakthrough Christmas. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for those of you who are faithfully watching, those who state comments, whether they are raw, truthful, and honest, or they are encouraging. So thank you for being part of this, because this is here for you. 12 o'clock all through the month of December. I look forward to it. I'm honored that you would join me for this short time. So how to have a breakthrough. First of all, I've said it all 16 days. I'm going to say it on the 17th. You have to envision what is the breakthrough that you need. Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Is it physical? Is it financial? Is it relational? Where is that breakthrough that you need? Because first we get that vision, then we can begin to proceed toward it. Scriptures say without a vision, people perish. We need that vision. We need something of faith to walk toward. Very, very important. So I want to talk today about managing expectations, because this can be a time when we set ourselves up for a lot of disappointment. There's a quote, it's attributed to Maya Angelou. I don't know who actually said it originally, but it is this: when someone tells you who they are, believe them. Believe them. Take people for who they are and don't add any expectations to who they are, so that you won't be disappointed. Many of us, especially at Christmas, are going to have expectations that are not going to come true. So what do we do with that? What do we do with that? I don't want you to be disappointed. So how do we manage those? First of all, we realize 2020 on its own, without the trauma we're going through, without the divorce we're going through, is wacky enough. And all of the expectations and assumptions that we may have had for this year totally flip-flopped, didn't come true. We could not have imagined how this year would go. It would just, couldn't dream this stuff up, right? So nothing is as planned, but we have to appreciate what is. And that is one way that's really going to counteract those expectations that may be unrealistic, that you're putting out there for other people. You expect them to respond in certain ways. You expect them to act in certain ways. Well, you cannot control what they're going to do. You cannot control the choices they're going to make, the words they're going to say. Only one you can control is you. So how do we bring those expectations down so that we are not disappointed? Maybe we can just see people for who they are and realize, well, that didn't work. Maybe you extended some connection with another person and weren't reciprocated, and you feel really disappointed because you expected people to respond to you and they didn't. Well, then you can just say, well, now I know that didn't work. Maybe I won't try that again. Maybe that person is telling me what I need to know about them, and I'm going to accept that as what it is. So we can be proactive toward new things, but also we can understand that if we get disappointments, we get disappointments. People are who they are. And quite honestly, maybe they can't give what you need right now. Perhaps people are in their own stuff and they're not able to give you what you expect and what you need. So here's a discipline for us, that we would have grace and understanding for those who don't meet our expectations, who disappoint us. And we can say, you know what? I tried, I extended, or I didn't extend, I just waited. I waited for something. I expected someone to do something and they didn't do it. So I am devastated. But I need to understand. It's in me, what I can control. Maybe they just can't give it right now. Or maybe they are totally oblivious to what I need. And people carry their own weight and their own burdens. So maybe they're just stuck in their own burdens and not able to meet you with your expectations. So we have a couple of choices. We can become angry at people who don't give us what we expect, what we think they should, or we can adjust, become angry or adjust. Those are our choices. Well, anger is not going to get you anywhere, probably. It's only going to make matters worse. It's going to make you worse because then you get angry and then you feel disappointed in yourself and then you've caused hurt feelings, or, it's such a vicious cycle. So, angry or adjust? I recommend adjust. I recommend adjust, and maybe, just maybe, we need to adjust our expectations. Are they healthy? Are what we are expecting of others, is that healthy? And is it realistic, or is it too much? Are we expecting, for example, if you have a 2-year-old, you wouldn't expect them to drive a car or write a letter because they're not mature enough to do that. Well, many people in your life and in my life are not emotionally mature enough to see things, to do things that you would want them to do. So where do you have the power and authority? You have the power and authority in your reaction to manage your expectations of how other people should be, act, do, and say. But don't be discouraged, because even if those expectations were not met, you still have a future and a hope. Surely there's a future, and your hope will not be cut off. You have a future. Even though you've been disappointed, through this, we can learn, we can grow. That maybe we don't put so many expectations on people. Maybe we adjust ourselves and we grow from that. We grow. And then we seek out those healthy people in our lives who can provide what we need, what we expect. So, you do have a future. You do have a hope. Surely there's a future. Surely 2021 is coming. And 2020 is soon going to be in the rearview mirror, and we can move forward in building our new life. In the morning, oh Lord, you will hear my voice. In the morning, I will order my prayer to you and eagerly watch. Some of you are disappointed in what God has or has not done in your life. It's okay, He can take it. But He is the reliable one, and His timing is so different, I have found, than our timing. We can still trust and eagerly watch. And though it doesn't happen fast, have the faith to believe something is happening. Perhaps that something is we are growing closer to who He is. Not religion, not denomination, but the true God. The true faith in who Christ is and the Holy Spirit and how He can work in our life and manifest things in our life that we never thought possible. So don't get discouraged even though things are not happening the way in which you want them to. And if you're disappointed in who God is and what He has done, speak that to Him. But also understand God gives choice to those in our lives. He never forces us to love Him who is perfect and worthy of love. He's never going to force someone to love or react to you the way you want them to. God gave us all free choice to act upon as we wish. So adjust the expectations, and this might help resolve your disappointments.